Paths crossed with the Jacksons.
Well, when we first came to Jamestown, we had a little house on Fairmount. And of course, we went to Fairmount School,
Right.
the grade school. My sister became a good friend of Mary Jackson. And Billy and I were kind of friendly enemies. You know, it's over 75 years ago.
That's right.
And it gets a little hazy in my mind, but I know that that Delano Roosevelt was the governor of New York State. And I believe that was sometime in the late 20s, as I recall.
That's right.
And that kind of pinpoints it. I remember back of the Jackson home on Fairmount, there was a kind of a wooded area, and the little boys would play there. I think we were probably in the age of somewhere between 7 and 9 years old, something like that. And I remember one particular interesting thing. Mr. Jackson, of course, was the Democratic power here in this part of the country. Right. And he had a party for Governor Roosevelt. Now, this was back during Prohibition time, you know. And Billy and Jimmy and Mary and Jean were in the kitchen. And the drinks were, and I think they were serving cocktails because Billy and I were drinking the dregs out of the little tiny glasses. We didn't know quite what it was, but we knew that it was something that we had to investigate, see? So we did. And Billy and I were tent mates at Camp Anyasa. Back in those days, Anyasa was a tent camp and kind of run like with some touch of military to it. The little boys had to make their beds and line their shoes up, you know, and keep the tent floor clean, and it seems that most of the counselors were college football players. And we played softball and archery and tennis and canoeing and all that stuff.
Right. Now, tell me about Robert Jackson. Did you guys have any impression at that?
Well, yes, I remember seeing him riding when we were out playing, you know, in that wooded area. He'd be horseback riding in our area. But that's about all I saw of him.